Hey guys, so welcome back to the channel, and this is the day 10 of our Kubernetes series, and today I'm going to just build a basic project. And the project I just show you, so this is one of the front end, and this project is basically like, as you know, protest is going on. So in this project, just in front end, you will be getting this particular UI, and if I just click on this watch reel, so you can just see the reel over here. It will just redirect you to the Instagram and whatever the trending reels are going on currently, so that you will be able to see. Okay, so you can see this particular reel. Then we'll discuss
भाई ये तो
about
भूख
the
हड़ताल का प्रोटेस्ट था
architecture.
ना। तो ये क्या हो रहा है? गरम समोसे नले
You
निकाल
can
के
just see
मेरे
that.
समोसे।
अनबॉक्सिंग कर रही हूँ मैम।
So in the project what I'm going to say, so
जिन्होंने कभी
let's
30
get
रुपए
it
का बर्गर
started.
नहीं खाया वो
So now what I will show you is that I will basically show you the architecture what we are going to build. And already it's source code and all. I'll just provide you into the description. From there you can just take it. So the flow I'll just let you know. So this is the user browser, okay, from where we will request. And front end we are serving in a nginx. So nginx is basically acts as a web browser, sorry, web server and a reverse proxy. Okay, so there we are basically hosting all these static files, and this at this path we are going to go to the backend side. So in backend also we are using this Node.js, and in Node.js the normal static links we are just providing. Okay, so this will be the full request flow: user browser, front end, then reverse proxy, backend, and then JSON data. From there it will be just redirected. Okay, cool. So now let me just show you the path, not path, the folder architecture. So let me just close it down and clear the screen. Okay, so like this it will be backend, frontend, and Kubernetes. So when you will just actually it's a shell script which will create all the files for you except this Kubernetes one. Kubernetes, because I will just show you how you can do it, and you can just replicate the same thing. So in the front end, you will see over here we are having three files: index.html, conf, and script style, and this Docker file as well. So let me just show you first this Docker file. So you can see over here I'm just using this nginx image and copying all these index script and nginx conf to these particular paths, and I'm just running this nginx, okay, at the port of 80. Okay, then I have this nginx.conf. So this is one of the important files. So here you can see we are just providing the port and the server name. Currently we don't have any host name like google.com or something.com, so that's why we're just providing this underscore, and this is the file which will be served. And after this you can see this proxy path. So this is the important URL. So this URL is basically like from your front end application. When the request will reach to this nginx, so nginx will forward the request where it should forward the request. So this is the URL. At there it will forward the request. So this we have hard coded, so for now it's fine. Okay, so let's go back again into the backend side. So in backend you will see the server.js we have, and here I have just provided all those three JSON, okay, URLs. So it's just a normal application. And for this Docker file I will just show you. You can see this node 20 I'm using, package.json, copying and exposing 3000 and running this npm start. Cool, right? So till now just the basic things are covered. Now I will just want to let you know about the how will be our the Kubernetes thing running and how we can do it. Let me just add a new slide over here. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, so what we will do is that as we you saw above here, your pod, right, your front end pod. So now what in Kubernetes we are going to do, so we are having this front end pod, and this pod okay, it will be running into our deployment. We'll create a deployment, and in that we are having multiple fe pods. So for we can keep replicas one or two, that's completely fine. And then you are having this backend replicas, and backend pods also will be, will be the backend depth. Okay, and for each what we are going to create a services. For this one service will create, for this one service will create. So now the important thing is that we want our front end service to expose so that we can access it from the browser. So for that, what we are going to use for now is that we'll be using the NodePort service. Okay, so whatever user will be there, it will request to that NodePort service, that is the FE service, and then FA service will forward the request to the backend service, and then backend service will go to the B pods, backend pods. Okay, so here also front end service request will come. So obviously it's going to the FE pods, and from there it will go and call the backend. So now you will see important thing in your nginx.conf frontend cat nginx. So you will see here backend service slash API. So it's basically service name what we are going to keep. So whatever backend service name will be there now, that will be same as this backend service, so that inside this whole Kubernetes cluster you can access different services using the service name itself. Okay, so that's why we just giving direct the service name. So and make sure you create the service name with that name itself. Okay, so now what we have to do is that we'll be creating the deployment YAML and the replicas and all whatever everything. Okay, so let me just go back and delete this particular Kubernetes folder, and also in front end. So you need to first build the image. So you can just build it, build hyphen t. You can give the image name as you can give Reels front end and dot. So it will just take few seconds of time to build, and also make sure you have done this Minikube start. Okay, okay, image is built. Now if I just do the Docker images, so you will see over here Reels front end, just now I built. Okay, this you can ignore backend one because I'll build again. Okay, so now let's go back to the backend one, and here if I do ls and try to build this docker build hyphen t, let me just give the same name, Reels backend dot. Okay, now images are built. Next what you need to do is that you need to load this image into your Minikube, so that you don't need to like push the image to the Docker. You can use the same local image. Okay, so for that you can just use this command Minikube image load and the Reels front end latest. Okay, so with this what will happen, your image will get pushed to the Minikube. Okay, it's done. Now let's just do for the backend one, backend latest. Okay, now you can just do Minikube image ls to see the list. So you can see over here yeah, these two you can see, Reels frontend and backend, right? Okay, okay, now it's time to build our manifest files. So go back one directory and just do the mkdir kubernetes. So you can just go here and we'll create fe tab, fe.yaml, because in the same YAML we will be adding deployment and services as well. So let me just create API version apps v1, then kind will be the deployment. Then you are having this metadata name, you can give name as the fe tab. Then you are having this spec and replicas, whatever number of replicas we are going to create, I will be keeping as 2 only. Then you are having this selector and match labels. So in match labels, just app will be fe app, Yeah, FE app is fine. Then you have to provide the template for the pod. So template also in metadata, you have to give the same labels as you given above, that is the FE app. Then you'll be having a spec in containers. Then you are going to provide the name of your container. You can give the FE cont. Then you have to provide the image. Image was the reels, front end, latest, and then you provide the ports. Port may you have to give here the container port, and yeah, it is running on the port 80, so it's fine. And one more thing you have to add over here is that image pull policy. So this is basically never for now, because we are not pulling any image from Docker Hub or any external source. So that's the reason. So yeah, deployment is done. Let's create a service for it. So we are giving this API version v1, and kind will be the service. Then you are having this metadata name fe service, and after that spec, then selector you are going to provide over here, that is the app, fe app. And then you are going to provide the type as the node port. Then in ports you will be defining over here normal port, that is the 80, you can keep the service port. And then target port we have also 80. And then the node port we can provide between 30,000 something, some number is there, right? 32,667 or something, we'll check. Okay, so node port I will just providing 30,081 because on 80 something is running. Okay, so this we are done front end, and now we'll create for the same backend. I'll just copy this fe and b.yaml I will do. Okay, and before creating anything, whenever you do any project, first of all you should means apply backend, because front end is dependent on the backend. So if you just apply back front end first, you will be getting some error obviously. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is that I will be replacing whatever wherever fe is there to the be globally. Okay, so everywhere is now be. So reels front end I just need to change to the reels backend, and the service name I will be keeping as the backend service, as we have defined this into our nginx-conf. Okay, and type we will not define. Okay, and port 80 is fine. Target port we are having the 3000, right? Node port is also not required. Okay, just save it. Now I will be just showing you the get pods first over here. So some deployments and something are running over here. So what I will be doing, let me just check what is the deployment. So I will just delete those. kubectl delete deployment my dep, and my fe is running some different one. Okay, so now let me just check again. Okay, my pod is only there, that's fine. Let's just apply b first. Okay, we got a error when creating requirement version unit cannot be handled. Spec.selector, where it is showing, yeah, spec.template, spec.containers dot porta, deployment in version v1 cannot be handled. Okay, I have given, let me check what is the error. Okay, there is a spelling mistake actually. Match labels, labels. Okay, now we'll just try. Now we are getting error for different. Okay, service is created again. Deployment organelle when district required known for spec.template spec.containers dot porta. I think yeah, it will work. What is there? Yeah, wait. check. No. It will be over here. Port. Wait. Yeah. Now it should work. Port or ports we give yaar. Wait, let me just check. Deployment port. Mm, mm, we should get some deployment YAML. YAML. Speak container. अच्छा ports हाँ ठीक है सही था यार पहले ports हो गया okay and will then do your container port fine. Now let's just apply code. तो अभी क्या करेंगे kubectl get ports if you see. So now you are running this be dep, right? If I just do kubectl logs over here, you can see backend is running on port 3000. And even if I just want to show you the service, you can see this backend service, and you can just check the endpoints of this, like which pod you are pointing. So you can see over here 10.24 this, right? And your pod IP is also, you can see 10.224.0.122, right? So the same IP you can see. So your service is basically pointing to your backend pods. That's perfectly fine. Now let's just apply the front end one. So here it will be just ports. Okay. So kubectl apply -f fe.yaml and again why here unknown field is अच्छा match level यहाँ भी गलती है fine. Match levels lab अरे यार क्या स्पेलिंग है भाई LABELSI copy best VIFE and let me just remove this thing. Okay, now our front end also done. Let's just do the get ports over here. kubectl get ports. You can see F is also running. You can just check the logs over here. kubectl logs -f, and you can see started worker process and all these things, right? Okay. Now let me just show you the service for the front end one. Get svc and fe service. You can see the get endpoints fe service, and you can just do the get ports -oy to see your uh, pod IP. It's 123, right over here, this one. So that's completely fine. And now you need to just check your node IP. So node IP, you can just do kubectl get nodes -wide. This one is there, and the port number, that is the 30,081, right? This one. Okay. So now it's just time to see. You can just go over here. You can just type http this one :33081 enter. So now you can see over here CGP moments and loading reels. Okay, just close it down. Okay, let me just show the logs also. If I just see the logs -f, you can see over here, right? You are getting some of the logs. Okay, fail to load rails. You can see over here we are getting some error. You can see in console or something. Okay, nothing we got over here. Cool. You can see fail to while connecting upstream client. This we are getting some error with this particular 30,081. Is that okay? Okay, let's just debug guys. So we can just do the first get ports -wide. ठीक है. Let me just check the vi front end nginx conf. Nginx conf will be correct. Backend dash service API. Okay. And my backend pods are running, right? Backend pods are running fine. kubectl logs. kubectl logs. Okay, it's there. Backend is running. Let me just check the be YAML. Some mistake we might have done. API version v1 client service metadata name backend have spec selector app be app ports port 80. uh, okay, yeah, port 80 is fine. Then target port we are giving 3000. That is also fine. Okay, now what I will do is that let's just go into the pod of the front end one in bash. Okay, bin bash is not there. We can just do sh. Curl is there or not? Curl is there. Okay, we can just do the curl http backend service slash API. Okay, cannot get post. Okay, nothing we are getting. We'll just wait. Guys, you can see, I think I got the error over here. If you see this particular, this not this one, yeah, 10.98, right, let's put 3000, correct. Our backend is running, we as we told, it's running on 3000, but if you will just do the kubectl get svc, so you can see here the port is 80. Okay, so in the b.yaml, if I just go, so my container is running on the port 3000, so that is the reason it got changed. So just again do kubectl apply -f b.yaml, and now if I just try to reload, let's wait guys, kubectl get parts. Okay, it's running. Let me again check the logs of the front end over here and get svc. Wait. Okay, that is a service port. Container port is 3000, target port is 3000. Okay, now it should work. Hmm, let's just wait. So guys, this is the culprit actually. See, you can see over here backend service is still pointing to the 3000, and so I think it's because my Minikube, the image which I loaded, that is the wrong image, because here I can see in nginx.conf it's not there, right? So let me just delete the image and load it again so that it will come. Okay, so let me just delete first Kubernetes fe. Okay, so now I will just try to remove this particular image, and then I'll just load it again. Minikube image loader. Okay, it will take just few seconds of time. So this was a one mistake, because sometimes what happens, your Minikube image load, sometimes it creates this kind of issue. So let's just wait. Okay, and yeah, one more, that deployment was the issue because container port we wrote it wrong. Okay, now let me just again apply this, apply -f Kubernetes fe.yaml, and let me just do the kubectl get pods, and let me just check kubectl execute -it fepod and then sh. Then I can just go at cd/etc nginx. What was that path here? mm, nginx cat. Okay, now it's fine. Now let me just go and reload over here. So now it's coming. So yeah, that was the one issue with the image issue. So now you can just see over here, if I just again go and click on this, and if I go or click on this particular, you can see over here how it is. You are getting those particular reels. You can just add into the JSON and you can just watch it over here. Okay, you can see, just see this full reel.
దేవుని కాడా
Awesome reel.
చల్ ఉరుకుతుంది సారమట్టిలో మా కంటపడే కుప్పలికే ఆయా ఆయాసే
Okay, so
ఇక
this
నారు
was all
నది
about
పట్టు
this
పట్టులో
small mini project. We got some issues as well, so many things. So yeah, that's it for this particular video, and I will see you in the next one with some different concepts. So thank you so much for watching. Subscribe the channel and follow me for such more videos. See you in the next one, guys. Thank you so much.